And we are live. Breaking news. To anyone's surprise, Hamas broke again every ceasefire, every deal, every promise. They were just caught right handed with an IDF drone trying to make it look as if they're looking for the hostages while we're holding. You know what? Forget about it. Yon here just made a video about it. We're going to start with this video. It explains it much better than me, and then we're going to jump right in.
Yeah,
No, that's not the
oh,
one I
it's the
want to
other one.
show. Actually, I want to show this
Yeah.
one.
Unearth another hostage that they already had. They are lying to the Red Cross. They're lying to Israel. They're lying to everybody. How can we keep taking these people seriously? How are we still playing this game? Just a few hours ago, they say that they give us the remains of another hostage that we already took back in December of 2023. They have all of the bodies of the Israeli hostages. They're lying about not having it. They have them. We just caught him red-handed on camera, lying about it, staging it. How are we still playing this game? Can people don't not see this? How is this possible? We have how much proof do we have to give to people? This is insane. This is insane. This is insane. This is insane. What else do you need to see to understand that there's one side here who's lying about almost every single thing that they say, who they stage things and lie about it. They're massacring their own people, they're lying about the hostages, they keep on breaking the ceasefire, and then saying that we are breaking the ceasefire when we have the footage showing that they are. Israel attacked Gaza because you attacked first. You shot RPGs, you shot rifles, we attacked back, and then you just remove all of your side and say that we did. What the f? We got it on camera. It's live right now. You can see with your eyes. They lie about these things, about everything. They lie about everything.
It's very weird seeing myself emotional on camera after I posted this.
Yeah,
But
you
yeah, I
got
mean,
emotional there. You
that's
definitely got emotional there. But
I
let me
was
ask you
so
a
pissed. I
question.
was so pissed off. Yeah.
Yeah, tell us what's happening. What did we just see?
Look, just in the last, well, it's not 24 hours anymore, it's 48 hours. Three things Hamas did. First of all, they said they gave back the remains of a hostage, of a new hostage, that ended up being parts of the remains of a hostage that we already got back on December of 2023. So they lied about that one. Then we caught him with a drone dragging the body of a hostage that they said they don't have, covering it up, then bringing the Red Cross and saying, "Oh my God, look, we have this. We just found this under the rubble because Israel does the bombing." Lying about not having a hostage and finding it under the rubble, just making up a new story. And then they opened fire for the, I don't know, second, third, fourth time in Rafah, which is over the yellow line. So just in 24 hours, there were three major lies, major ceasefire violations. And what's driving me crazy is the fact that, I mean, I also follow Al Jazeera, I also follow Middle Eastern Eye, I follow these guys that talk from the other side. And they are saying, look, Israel is right now breaking the ceasefire again because they see our retaliation. They're not talking at all about how Hamas did these three major violations. And that drives me crazy.
It's insane, man. It's insane that every chance that they have to lie, to deceive, to cheat, they
Mhm.
take it. They don't even hide it, but they kind of know that the West will forgive them. They kind of know that people have zero expectations from them. Meanwhile, they have like
Yep.
100% expectation from us. I mean, let's see this video here because I think you not this one here. So
Yeah, so that's the actual video that the IDF supplied of the drone. It's 11 minutes and a half long, and you can see all of the stages right here. You can see them dragging the body, putting that white bag, that's the body of a hostage that they gave back last night after they miraculously found it. Uh, and you can just start skipping over this video because it's 11 minutes long.
no,
And
wait,
you
can
see
you see
him,
them dragging the body out? Did we miss that part from the beginning?
I think, no, I think it starts with the body already there, or
Okay.
them putting it over there. Exactly, they're putting it over there. And then as you go along, let me scroll over the video. As you go along, you see them starting to cover up the body. Then they put it on the side. And then that's when you see those guys on the side there with the red jackets. Those are the Red Cross. That's where the tractor puts down
So the tractor
the dirt.
covers.
The tractor supposedly just took out this big piece of dirt from the hole that they just made,
Yeah.
and then they're going to dig up the amount of dirt that the truck just put down to show the Red Cross, oh my God, look at this body that we just found.
Hollywood
So they
and
supposedly found it in the big hole over there under the rubble. And with the help of the truck, they managed to get the body out of there, and now they're exposing it to the Red Cross. Now, look, I don't believe for a second the Red Cross is not in this, if I'm completely honest. Because now that this footage is out, I mean, I don't know. It just seems too weird for this
listen,
to.
man, everything in Gaza is Hamas. Everything in Gaza is Hamas, and that's what people don't understand. There's no such thing as free press. There's no such thing as a Red Cross. If you are Red Cross and you are not Hamas, you're dead. You know, there's no games there. So they make
I
sure
mean,
that
is the Red Cross over there people from Gaza work for the Red Cross, or are they
it's both.
outsiders?
It's both. You have the outsiders, which are either useful idiots on steroids or very evil Western people that actually endorsed Muslim Brotherhood, and they hate the West. So that's the two that you have, and I've actually met both of them. And then you have the real Gazans that are Red Cross. But you need to understand, Hamas knows that they have no chance of defeating the IDF. They have no chance.
Yeah.
Absolutely. They knew that from the beginning. What they did know also, that they can defeat Israel on the media platform. Why? Because they knew already that, through Qatari money and propaganda of, 20 years or more, the West is on their side. So when you are Hamas and you know that the Western media is on your side, and all these leftists, Doctors Without Borders and Red Cross and USAID, they're all on your side already. So you understand that you need to have every PR agent being on your side. So if you're Hamas now, you're not going to let the Red Cross. Red Cross is one of the most important PR agents, because if he comes and actually expose you for what you're doing, it's going to be terrible. Hamas is executing their own people. They're starving the hostages. They're being fed up like, fat ducks, while everybody's starving in Gaza, living in their luxurious bunkers where everybody's dying. So the Red Cross, if they would have honestly done their job, it would have been really bad for Hamas. So Hamas would look and says, okay, who is important for me? Red Cross is important. Media is important. Hungry.
International organizations, the World Health Organization. We just had the guy from World Health Organization saying that when the war started to see. Did you see this announcement? The guy breaking these news out. There was a whistleblower from the World Health Organization saying that basically in the beginning of the war, they started to see how they could start creating the numbers to portray a famine in Gaza when the war just started in Gaza. I mean, in October of 2023, the World Health Organization, the World Health,
I think
one of these the international, one of these big ones. I forgot right now which one. Sorry,
I might have
my word. If somebody in the comments can write, it would be great. But they started to think which numbers they could start creating to create a famine, regardless of what's going to happen in Gaza. And that's one thing. And I think the biggest problem with the violations, we expected Hamas to violate. It's more the fact that we agreed to this agreement.
Right?
Yeah, so it's the world. Yeah, exactly. So it's the World Health Organization. Exactly.
Yeah, and then they did that's the other guy.
That's a whistleblower. Exactly.
Yeah, the whistleblower.
So the bigger problem right now is more the fact that Israel's hands are tied, because we are keeping to the agreement by the T. I mean, even the strikes that we're doing now in Gaza are part of the agreement because of the violations that Hamas did. But the fact that we can just do the minimal thing and Hamas can just keep breaking the ceasefire, and we cannot go back to war, we cannot do anything because we agreed to this agreement with the devil, that we hoped, because of the pressure with Qatar and Turkey, that Hamas would at least do small violations but keep the overall agreement. We're in a place that Hamas is doing major violent ceasefire violations,
They
and
broke
we
the
can't do
ceasefire.
anything.
They broke the ceasefire.
Oh, so many times, so many
They killed an
times.
Israeli soldier, right? The father to five, I think. Father.
Yesterday, they
Yeah.
also killed, was it 3 or 5 just a week ago, or less than a week
Yeah.
ago? Again in Rafah. There were
Yeah.
so many crossings of the yellow line. There were so many shootings from, I think, in Jabalia, in Rafah. I mean, there were so many violations. It's insane.
Here's how crazy that Western college students and in general, people in the West are being programmed how to think. Like literally, they've been told, now laugh. Like when you sit in the sitcoms and they hold a sign, laugh now,
Hmm.
oh, do this. So that's how the Western world today has been told to how to react. There's a famine going in Yemen. Nobody cares. There's a famine going in Syria right now. 100 days that the Druze are under siege. They barely have any food, nothing. Nobody cares. There's a famine going in Sudan, everywhere. In Kenya, they're killing people, beheading. There's literally way, way worse death counts, tragics than what's happening in Gaza. Nobody cares. But they know that they need to fabricate a famine in Gaza. So how do they do that?
Hmm.
They say, okay, we're going to hold the sign. We control the media. We control the people. And we're going to tell them. So everybody now, be angry. Everybody angry. Greta,
Yeah.
go. Greta goes, how dare you? And everybody angry again. And they angry on things that if they would truly care about these things, then they would have either continue right now, ceasefire, go around and jump to the other real things that are happening, or you
Hmm.
can say they were before. But you can see these people didn't say anything about what happened in Syria, nothing about happening in Sudan, nothing about happening in Lebanon, nothing October 7, by the way.
Yeah.
Only when they're told what to say and how to say. And then you go when you meet these kids and they tell you, yeah, we are free thinkers, we're outside the box. It's like, yeah, you were told to say that even. It's like
It's
unbelievable.
also when you see the videos of their protests, you see that most of what they do is they have to repeat what the main guy is saying. Repeat after me. I mean, when you study encampments, repeat after me. There's Zionists in the camp. There's Zionists in the camp. We're going to make a human chain. We're going to make a human chain. To put, I mean, when you go to the protests, they just repeat. They don't think for themselves. They hear something, they repeat it. They were told to do something, and they do it. They've been, I don't know if there's a word, programmed to just follow orders, which is a very dark sentence if you know a little bit of World War II history. I was just following orders. It's one of the most creepiest
Yeah, that's
phrases you can
the
hear.
equivalent of the Gen Z equivalent of I was just following orders. I think that's it.
Exactly.
The Nazis, after the destruction of Nazi Germany and the crushing of the Nazi ideology, many of the Nazis and the Germans and many others came and said, I can't believe it.
We were just following orders.
Just following order. That was their excuse. I
Hmm.
think if we
Exactly.
if we win this war, I'm talking we as the West, as democracy, as Israel,
Royal
America,
we, yeah.
Europe, if we win
Yeah.
this war that is happening right now against radical jihad and communism and Islam, etc., if we win this war and we'll come out of it, and people will start looking back and say, like, how dared you to support bunch of rapists? How dared you to support people that think that marrying a 6 years old is okay and eating bacon is a terrible sin? People that actually encourage pedophilia and gang rapes. How dare you support them? This is insane. I think, just like we're saying, these Gen Z that will be standing there and there will be already like 30, 40, 50, and they'll be completely ashamed. If society will fix itself, people like that will be ashamed. What they will say is we were just following orders. We didn't have
I
a big.
hope so. I hope so, but I think the future is much more darker than that. Because I lived in Spain in the 90s, and this was, 50 years after World War II. This was a long time after, and anti-Semitism was just out there. I mean, um, I've said this a few times already. I've been beat up for being a Jew. I've done a lot of. I've been harassed. I mean, I've experienced it. This was the 90s. I mean, it wasn't uncommon to hear somebody say that they met somebody who thought that Jews had a horn in a tail. You know what I mean? You might think like that's weird, but I mean, it wouldn't be like, what, still in the 90s? No, I mean, yeah, these things are common. So I think the years are going to pass, and people say, well, yeah, that's what we thought, and that would just keep on going with their lives because they won't give a fuck. Because for them, because it doesn't affect their lives, it affects ours. So we will see that as a scar. They will just keep living their lives because they will be in Europe, in America, in South America, wherever they are. They won't be scarred at all.
No, no. Let me ask you a question then, Yon.
Hmm.
Why do you think America is pushing for this upholding of this ceasefire, knowingly that Hamas, obviously they know that Hamas is going to break the ceasefire, and not only they knew that they're going to break before they even pushed for it, they already broke it like several times.
Why?
They're
Because
still,
very simple. Because they're thinking short term, similar to politicians here in Israel. The whole system is built for you to think short term, for you to think in 2-year, 4-year terms, for the next election, for the election before. So right now, Trump's just wants to. I don't know if he wants. Can he run again? No, right? He could only do 2 terms. He wants to
so far,
be
yes.
remembered. He wants to reach a certain level of credibility of peacemaker, whatever it is. Also, here in Israel, we have elections in less than a year now, next June. And now you can start seeing all the politicians starting with all of their hooks and all their twists and all of their whatever it is. And people are so when people think only in 2 to 4 year terms, you try to find quick fixes. Nobody tries to solve the problem for good. I think
That
that's
could
why.
be an explanation in terms of why do we always stop just before the finish line, like literally just before the finish line. We almost completely defeated Iran and then stop. So what? If they're gonna
Mhm.
try to put a nuclear weapon, we almost completely erased Hamas. Stop. We almost completely defeated. It's repeating. Defeated Hezbollah. Stop. We
Mhm.
almost completely secured the safety of the Druze and the Christians and the Alawites and the minorities in Syria, and Israel is already there, and they're all begging Israel, come protect us. Stop.
Yeah.
So they're always like putting a hard stop right before. Now, one thing could be what you said, but I've heard, and we can finish with that, and you can share what you think. I think that if Trump have a smart team around him of strategists that are actually thinking a bigger picture, then maybe there's something else happening behind the scene here. Maybe, and run with me. What
Mhm.
if America sees a bigger picture right now than what Israel sees? We don't like to say that, but what are they seeing? Maybe a bigger picture. And the bigger picture right now is China and Russia, who is trying to steal the show military wise, financially wise.
Mhm.
Meanwhile, rotten America from inside, collapse. Because, if America is the biggest empire, you want to defeat it. You can't defeat it by force, defeat it from inside.
Yeah.
And then America is saying, we're going to cut China off. And Trump says, I'm going to start behaving like the real empire that I am. America is an empire. Up until now, they
Mhm.
didn't behave like one. They are the empire ruling the world. And he goes and he says, like Venezuela and Colombia, guys, you're with us. You're not with them. No, no, I'm going to attack you. Like literally, yeah, khalas, I'm coming. And then he comes to all the Arab nations and says, choose a side now. There's no games here, either with me or with them. And the Arabs, to help them choose a side, he gave them a deal. He came and said, listen, you stay with me, we'll stop the war in Gaza right now. Israel will not take Palestine, will not kick them all out. I will make sure that this happens. Assad will stay in power. I'll leave him in power. But you come with me and you cut ties with China. And then slowly, slowly, humbling China and showing China and Russia, you better come to me and make a deal with me, America. Let's make peace together because you don't want this war. I can play dirtier than you. I know what you've been doing in Africa. I know what you've been doing all around the world, going to India, to Brazil, South America. I know what you're doing. You're trying to play Settler Catan and Risk on me behind my back, but up until now, Sleepy Joe didn't do anything. I'm awake. I know. So I'm going to right now gather everybody in the world. And if anyone is not with me, you're against me. Meanwhile, he
Mhm.
goes and he threatens Europe. That's brilliant. He threatens Europe. I'm coming out of NATO. That's it. You're on your own. What does Europe do? Pump the budget. Europe is starting to build an army. So now your ally, in somewhat, is becoming a little bit more serious because up until now, Europe was not an ally. Like literally, NATO
Yeah.
was only America. All the rest, they just lived on the expense of America and hoping. Now, actually, in Germany, they're panicking. They're literally building an army, and
Mhm.
all around
Yeah.
Europe starting to realize. So, in the big game, Trump might have came. America came to Israel. Says, Israel, I know what you want to do, and I know it's the right thing, but there's a bigger picture. Because trust me, if these guys take over and I fall down, you fall down with me. You will not survive without me. So we need to play a bigger game. These guys are all bad. Qatar is not really our friend. All these Arab nations. But it's better that they're on our side than on the other side. If that is what is happening, then I would say hats off, brilliant move. Sucks for us, brilliant move. But if that's not what is happening, then my God, a bunch
Look,
of numbskulls.
your theory makes sense. You're piecing right pieces together, but it's very positive. It's very positive because all the pieces that you're saying exist. But has Qatar in the last decades changed its ways, changed their ideology, changed? I don't know. I'm not sure. I think Qatar is going to be Qatar, Iran is going to be Iran, and in the end, they are as snakish as Trump is. And they might also try to get whatever they could, because right now in this deal, right, Qatar can now build a military base in the U.S.
Training
Turkey,
base in the
yeah,
US.
yeah.
And also they got a protection
Turkey got Turkey got F-33 F-35s.
That's insane.
So I don't see how making deals with these nations that have not changed the ideology, that have proven exactly who they are the past 2 years, suddenly this deal, suddenly Trump is going to make them change their ways. I find it hard to believe. And I think that your theory is very positive. And if we go with it, we will only find out if it's not true when it's too late. I mean, if it's true, then right now we're on the way to the top. It's going to be amazing. But if it's not true, we will only find out if it's not true once we're already fucked, basically.
Woo. It's gonna be crazy, man. It's gonna be
Look,
crazy.
after these past 2 years, I'm not positive about anything. I had a lot of, I mean, I'll gladly be positively surprised, but I'm not preparing for the positive outcome anymore.
Listen, man, New York is just about to elect a jihadist communist. Like,
Look, actually, about that, from what I heard about people on the ground that know more about me, because I don't know about Mamdani and the election in New York at all. Just like Trump's election or that guy in Argentina, there's what the media says and what the people in the street are saying, and then what actually happens. Maybe the majority of the people are not going to vote for Mamdani because they see what a snake he is. But all of the media and all of the propaganda, which is louder, are making you feel like he is going to get elected. But in the end, when people go to vote, the majority are not going to vote for him. Just like we were surprised with Trump, just like we were surprised with forgot the name of the guy in Argentina.
maybe, man. I mean, I think it's my turn to say that you're being optimistic, and I hope you're right. I just spoke to some New Yorkers, and what they told me is like, he's gonna get elected. There's a big chance, and I couldn't believe my eyes. I guess, like in my ears. It's just insane. But anyway, anyone who's watching this video, guys, right now, I want you to do something very important, and please follow my instructions step by step. Yon here have his own YouTube channel. He needs our help to grow his YouTube channel. The guy makes brilliant videos. Now we shared this video together. I want anyone who's watching right now live in my video, please get off my video, go to his and watch this.
I really appreciate it.
Turn it back. You be quiet now. I'm telling them what to do for you, okay? Then turn it back and just leave it while you're washing the dishes. Let the video run. Seriously, guys, it's important for the algorithm.
Thank you very much.
It's important for creators, especially small creators like us. For every one follower that we get that actually appreciate the work we're doing, we'll get sometimes 10 to 100 that will come and try to report us for all kind of crazy malicious stuff that we haven't done, just because social media have created platforms that are very easy for the majority to bully the minority, and it's very sad that this is how it is, but it is what it is. So please,
that's true.
And go watch his video and also help the channel, subscribe to his video, support it, and help a new YouTube channel that is growing to reach the place that it can reach, so it can keep
Thank
going.
you very much.
Also, I think the guy have a Patreon. Go and check his Patreon. Do you have or no?
I have a Patreon. I have a Buy Me a Coffee. Yeah,
exactly. You have a Patreon. Buy me
an
a coffee.
advantage. I know this is also live in my channel. If by any chance, whoever's watching from my channel doesn't know Mansur Ashkar, guys, first of all, you met him now. Elite IDF, Druze. He has the most craziest stories. We had him in our podcast a couple of times with I mean, you can see our reactions over there. This guy has stories after stories that seem impossible, but then he comes back with receipts, and it's insane. This guy is a hero. For the whoever's watching right now, because we're also right now live on my Instagram. So where's on my Instagram? He's also on Instagram. Where's on my YouTube? Also on YouTube. The guy's a genius. You post videos almost every day. Go and check him out.
Yeah. Here you go. That's the
Yeah.
channel, by the way. And someone just made a comment. I mean, I was just washing dishes. Switch to John's channel. So
Thank you very much.
here you go, guys. Anyone
Appreciate
washing dishes, just let it play. Let it play while you wash dishes until you're fed up with our voice, and put it on mute and let it just keep playing. But
I
anyway,
appreciate
John,
it.
appreciate you, brother. And well,
Thank you for
also
inviting me.
your channel, because we're doing this in both channels right now.
Mhm.
And you gave us a very good insight. And let's try to stay positive, even though there's so much negative around us, and let's see what the future is going to come. But either way, guys, like I always tell you, this is the Three Monkeys. That's the name that I gave my new live channel, the Three Monkeys. So no one can have an excuse that I did. Me no hear, me no speak, me no know. And everybody today have the responsibility to go and check social media, all the junk that is going there. There's enough information for you to actually find out what is really happening, and not only by watching our channels, but going and watching other channels. I think it's important to put the responsibility on the viewer to be very smart with what you see. I all the time do a check on myself. Even now with Mamdani, I contacted so many people in New York, and I came and I told them, guys, seriously, is it my algorithm just kind of sending me all kind of crazy stuff, or did this guy really say these crazy stuff? And because I wanted to really hear and always be ready to get an answer that maybe you would like and maybe you would not like. In this case, they kind of confirmed everything that I thought. But either way, stay safe, guys. See you next time, and thanks for coming on.
תודה רבה לכם.